Welcome to the Midweek Show. I'm Pastor Darren for many, PD for a few, D-Nib for a select few, and I am your host of our monthly connecting point, the Midweek Show. See, we realize that staying connected is so important in our lives, but we're living in a disconnected world. So we want to strive to keep you connected in a disconnected world, hopefully through an entertaining way, an encouraging way called the Midweek Show. Entertaining because we've got a couple of segments for you that I truly think are going to entertain. You know that Dude Jr. and those trick shots are always entertaining. A little bit of drop of knowledge from Pastor Raphael with what I learned this week. And we celebrate all cultures with a segment called Cultural Cuisine. We hope to encourage you with a segment called the Midweek Moment. But I can't wait to be able to share with you a segment that we have this month. It is huge. I can do better. Mini grants. You do not want to miss that segment. All right. But before we get to all of that, we have got a top 4 list for you. That's right. Coming at you again with a top 4 list. Last month we had top 4 cheeseburgers of COVID. Come on. You guys were passionate about your cheeseburgers. And I want to see how passionate you are about this list. We got a top list for you, but it's not of COVID. No. No, we have a top 4 list of all time when it comes to this. Kids cereals. Come on, somebody. Who doesn't love them? Some kids cereal. It is absolutely fantastic. So I want to make sure that you are commenting. Let us know your top 4 kids cereals of all time. Here is my definitive list. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I know you're going to tell me where I was right. You're going to tell me where I was wrong. But here we go. Without further ado, the top 4 list of kids cereals of all time. Honorable mention. Yeah, that's right. I'm coming at you with an honorable mention. Now, some of you even said, you're like, honorable mention. Isn't that just a top 5 list? Absolutely not. See, there's a reason why I'm mentioning one. They don't belong in the top 4. They don't belong in the top 5. Maybe not even the top 10, whatever it is. But they're not there. But I want to mention them. And this one I need to mention because it's not, well, I'm kind of cheating. It's not a kid's cereal. But it is a cereal. Let's go. Love me some granola. Yes, absolutely. Granola's coming at you with an honorable mention. Specifically, cinnamon and raisin granola. There's a lot of other granolas out there that they don't do it right. Cinnamon, raisin, granola, that hits the spot for me. But it's not a kid's cereal, right? Like, kids aren't going to want to be able to eat that. Kids don't want to eat frosted mini wheat, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much frosting is on there. It's still shredded wheat. They don't care about the fiber, you know? But that's the same that's true with granola. But I love granola. And so because of that, it's an honorable mention in my book. All right, here we go. Without further ado, now we're on to the top 4. Coming in at number 4 on the top 4 list of kids cereals of all time is Cinnamon Life. Yes, I love Cinnamon Life. I love the great balance that it has between cinnamon and sugar. Like, that's what's on there, cinnamon and sugar. Come on, if Mikey likes it, anybody's going to like it. I love Cinnamon Life. But there's a big problem that comes around with Cinnamon Life. Once you pour that bowl and then you put milk on top of that cereal, it is a race against the clock to see how fast you can eat it without it becoming complete and utter mush. It becomes soggy, I think, faster than anything else. Nah, I shouldn't say that. Cornflakes and Frosted Flakes, man, that stuff that's just mush. But it's the same that's true for Life cereal as well. And that's the reason why it's coming in at number 4 on my list. All right, here we go. Number 3, Cocoa Pebbles. Oh, love me some Cocoa Pebbles. Now, there are many of you that you might be able to replace Cocoa Pebbles with Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa Krispies, and I can respect that, but I would also say that you're wrong. For one important reason. Because of what is left when you are done eating the bowl of the cereal. There's milk left. And the amount of chocolate that is on Cocoa Pebbles gives you a chocolate. It's a chocolate factor that's through the roof especially when it comes to Cocoa Krispies. They just, it's a light coating of it. And you barely get any chocolate milk. But man, when you have Cocoa Pebbles, there is some chocolate milk that is left for you. Absolutely love Cocoa Pebbles. Now here's another thing too. See, some of you might have said like Cocoa Pebbles, I might have put Fruity Pebbles on that list. And I can respect that. But I just want you to know that on my list, like I love fruit. But when it comes to kids' cereals, like I'm more of the chocolatey side of things, like chocolate and cinnamon and all that kind of stuff. See, I love fruit, but I love fruit. I love fruit with my milkshakes. I love fruit a la mode. I love fruit in a pie. But when it comes to my kids' cereal, man, it's all about chocolate and cinnamon and all those kind of flavors for me. So that's the reason why Cocoa Pebbles coming in at number 3. Number 2, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let's go. You know, I'm feeling tension but not that much, because I feel like this might be number 1 for so many people. Cinnamon Toast Crunch changed the game. Absolutely fantastic. And for me, I think I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch so much because of the nostalgia that's around it. Like there's so much nostalgia for me. It reminds me of Saturday mornings, a bowl of cereal, and cartoons. Come on, that was an absolutely fantastic way to start a Saturday morning. There's nostalgia with that. There's also nostalgia because I think it might have been the very first snack that my mom taught me to make on my own. Cinnamon, butter, and sugar. Woo! That is a great snack that you've got. You just get a piece of toast, cover it with butter, lightly sprinkle on some cinnamon, lightly sprinkle on some sugar. That is a fantastic snack. But I'm a grown man and I'm not making cinnamon, butter, and sugar anymore. So instead, I get to relive those nostalgia days and I go ahead and have some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, as if that's any better. But here's the problem with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Just as when I was a kid that I was supposed to lightly sprinkle on some cinnamon, lightly sprinkle on some sugar, sometimes I felt like more was better. Come on, right? More was going to be better. And so for that reason, I would dump it on there and it just wasn't. And I feel like that's what happens with Cinnamon Toast Crunch at times. Is that, again, I'm a big fan of the milk that's left over, the flavored milk that's left over. And when I drink that milk, the bottom of that bowl, you see how much sugar and how much cinnamon is left over. And it makes me feel bad about myself for just a split second. And because of that, it gets knocked down to number 2 on the list. But for me, number 1 is really the reason why Cinnamon Toast Crunch is number 2. Here we go. Number 1, top 4 kids cereals of all time. It is Reeses Puffs. Yes! Love me some Reeses Puffs. 1992 came out. Changed the game when it comes to kids cereals. Absolutely love chocolate. Absolutely love peanut butter. And the combination of those two things, woo! In fact, I'm a firm believer that chocolate and peanut butter is the greatest dessert flavor combination of all time. It might just be the greatest flavor combination of all time. Not even just dessert. Like, I just love chocolate and peanut butter together. And then they created it in a cereal. Reeses Puffs, changing the game. I love Reeses Puffs. And the great thing about it, compared to Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you're always going to get a balance. All of the chocolate flavor is encapsulated into one puff. All of the peanut butter flavor is encapsulated into one puff. You're going to get the same amount every single time. It is always consistent. It is always fantastic. For that reason, the number 1 kid cereal of all time is Reeses Puffs. Come on, somebody tell me where I was right. Somebody tell me where I was wrong. But I love me some kids cereal, no doubt about it. All right, here we go on with the midweek show. Why don't we go ahead and get a little bit of drop of knowledge from Pastor Raphael.
It is impossible to hum while holding your nose.
Did anybody try to do that? In fact, let's do it all together. Plug your nose. Man, you can't do it. It's impossible. He's right. Absolutely right. All right. We got to get to this segment that I've been waiting for. I cannot wait for you to see this month's I Can Do Better mini grant.
I Can Do Better is a call for us to identify a way that we can do better. Ever since this movement started, people have responded in an amazing way. This is a monthly segment that is dedicated to recognizing ways that people in our church and our community are doing amazing things, truly living out the I Can Do Better movement. So let me introduce you to Joshua. Recently made the decision to join YWAM. Let's hear from our I Can Do Better mini grant recipient for September.
YWAM stands for Youth with a Mission. So basically what they are is they're just very passionate about Jesus and bringing his name and the gospel to the ends of the world.
Man, that's awesome. So what are your plans when you join YWAM?
Basically, my plans with YWAM are I'm doing a DTS, which is a discipleship training school, and I'm doing an outreach as well.
How much financially do you need in order to reach out those plans that you have?
It was $8,000 for the DTS, and I've been working, and I've been able to put away already $3,000. So
we are excited to be able to let you know that the church is going to provide the funds to be able to make you be able to go to the DTS. So right now, whatever you have left, we're going to provide that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You know, aren't we excited to see our next generation saying, I can do better? On Sunday, September 13th, we will be celebrating Joshua in person. We're going to be sending him off, praying for him. And if you know someone that is living out the I Can Do Better, a movement, doing something in their community, it doesn't have to be a person, could be an organization, simply go to tinyurl/better314. It's going to be scrolling right there. Enter your contact information so we can contact you and complete the box that it says share your story. So what we want to do is just continue to come alongside and support people doing amazing jobs in this I Can Do Better movement. So thank you.
Come on, somebody. The very first missionary that Focus Church is sending out. We've supported a lot of missionaries, but this is the first missionary that is coming out of our church, and we are so proud of you, Josh. We celebrate you. We celebrate generosity, and we celebrate all cultures with a little segment called Cultural Cuisine. Welcome to Cultural Cuisine. We celebrate all cultures. We do that with some food. Every culture has great food. Every culture has some... You're not sure what you're going to get tonight. But I will tell you this. Tonight we are celebrating Central America.
Ooh,
Come on, somebody. Here we go.
Still could be scary.
These are plantain chips.
I love plantain chips.
Different places have different flavor.
It's like a non-sweet banana.
Right, but it's not salted.
It's good though. Good. I give that a 9 out of 10.
I don't know. It's very
You're not
different
sure?
than what I'm
You're not
used to
sure
eating.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Ready? Voila!
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
You do the honors.
This is
Gonna
more of
unwrap
a...
it. Oh, yum. I love tamales.
I want to say...
It's a tamale, right?
Yeah, it's tamale.
You're the pro.
This is chicken. That's really
I
good.
love tamales. Whoever decided that was the thing is my favorite. You guys are being really nice to us so far. I like it. I'm okay with this. Yeah.
So there's some tamales that are sweet that have raisins in them. And those are not my favorite. Let's try the rice.
I go for what Frankie tries it, and if he likes it, then I go for it.
And I came prepared with the lifesaver. I don't know what we're going to have. You guys know what happened last time.
Next.
This is a couple of fried foods.
Yes.
So we have fried empanadas, fried yucca, and some fried pork bits.
Oh,
Oh,
fried pork bit.
this is yuca, they call it.
Isn't that a potato?
It's
Right.
cassava root.
Mm.
It comes with almost like a coleslaw that you put on top of it. Now these are dry because they have cyanide in them, and then they have to clean
What?
it out. It's a light
What?
layer of cyanide in it, and there's a certain way that they clean it out
Are you with?
for us to eat it.
So you guys are feeding us cyanide.
You took a sip of that Kool-Aid, girl.
Huh. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I'm a little nervous about this one. The pork isn't even going to go in it. Let's see. I'm not
Ground
a
beef.
pork person. I don't like pork, but that's good.
Mm.
We're having
Hey!
some Kool-Aid.
This is, they call it tamarindo.
Tamarino. Have you had this before?
Mhm.
What is it?
Tamarind.
Oh, it's very sugary. Ooh. Tastes like Kool-Aid.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's pretty good. Another bite of this cyanide. We're ready.
Well, don't throw away the scraps.
Yeah, no, don't throw that away. Don't throw away that empanada.
This-
Yeah. Empanada.
Yeah, just put it to the side. Yeah, man.
He's for real.
That's bomb. All right, let's go to the fish dish.
All
Now,
right.
there are some Central American dishes that I just cannot down.
Okay. Is
Um,
this going to be one of them?
I hope it's not. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, there's
It's
sauce
not
coming
called
off of it.
Beef stew tongue.
You first. Is it really a tongue?
That's a huge tongue. All right, here we go.
Just a little bite. Just a little nibble. Oh, you can see the. Oh.
Is it talking to you?
Show us.
No, look. You can see the skin of the tongue. Oh.
Did you eat it?
A little. I'll take a little bite.
It's a little too tomatoey for me,
Oh, I just got the shivers. Oh.
but I'll have another bite for you guys.
Do you want another bite of
Nope, I'm good. I ate it. I did it. I took a bite of a tongue. You're liking that, huh?
Not bad.
Do you want the rest of mine?
No.
Is that cow blood?
tongue? No. It's
It's goat blood.
in Spanish they call it jamaica.
Jamaica.
So made from the hibiscus.
Okay, I like
Hibiscus.
hibiscus. Okay,
Cheers.
cheers. That's
It's
good.
interesting.
Oh, it tastes like cranberry juice.
This is very different.
Mhm.
Really good.
You had me until the tongue, and then.
I think the tongue spoke to you.
Oh,
It's a papusa. Voila!
I don't know what that is, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, I'll have both of them.
Wait.
This is the coleslaw I was telling you about.
What is this? Like fried bread?
This is like almost like quesadilla. And you just grab some coleslaw and put it on
Oh,
top.
what's in the middle? It's like cheese.
It's really good.
Tastes like an enchilada sauce,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mmm. Delicious, guys. Mm.
It's good. I like cheese.
How do you feel so far about these foods?
I felt so good until the tongue.
Okay, here's your dessert. Voila! An empanada.
Ooh, with whipped cream.
It's not my favorite.
A little whipped cream on there.
Mhm. I'll give it a go.
I don't know, it's good. Can we rewind and take back the cow tongue and then just do this?
It was a little too sweet for me.
No, I like it. Look,
Delicious stuff.
No gagging from Frankie tonight. Good job. Okay.
You guys survived. We celebrate all cultures. That was cultural cuisine. Oh man, that is just nasty. I'm so glad that they got to try the tongue stew instead of myself. I don't want to go there. But I will tell you what, why don't we go ahead and check out what Dude Jr. tried this month in a segment called Dude Jr. Nerf Edition.
This is the Hoppin' Hot Wheels. Let's do this. That's how we do it. This is the rival ricochet. Yeet! That was 2 points! This is the llama trust shot. Play, please. Thank you. That's how we do it. Hey!
My guys were on fire this month. And who is in that bunny costume? That's a great question that needs an answer. Somebody who does have some answers for us is Pastor Raphael. Here we go. What I learned from Pastor Raphael.
There are 293 ways to make change for $1.
I love those so much. Now, that one might have been true, but now we're in a coin shortage, and I'm not sure if it is or not. All right, we would love to give you some encouraging words today in your midweek moment. Welcome to your midweek moment, the part of the show where we hope to bring you some encouragement. We need some encouragement right now.
Yes, I do.
Our world needs some encouragement. We need encouragement because, well, it's something that I've been saying over the summer, and it kind of feels this way. The world is on fire right now.
Yeah, well, it literally started on fire in
Yeah,
January.
right? Yeah, the Australian fires. We forget about them sometimes.
Yep.
California.
Arizona.
We have some literal fires that are happening.
Yeah.
But then also these other fires, COVID-19. COVID-19 has been with us for, well, it seems
All
like
year,
oh
really.
my goodness
but hit
gracious.
us hard in March, so 5-6 months.
6 months into this, we had no idea that this was going to last this long.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it was going to last this long. And
Nope.
I'm a little tired of it. But it's not going anywhere.
No.
It's here. We're going to have to deal with it, but we're just tired.
Yeah.
That's just one issue.
Yep.
How about all of the racial inequality and the racial issues that we've really been talking about so much?
It's a lot. There's some big issues and big things that are coming about. And not that this is new stuff, it's all stuff that's just coming around, but it's more stuff that we're talking about. And I think compounding, piling.
Yes. If it was just one issue, it would be like, okay, we might be able to handle this. But when we're talking about multiple issues.
Yeah, so many.
And, especially when it comes to the racial inequality stuff, it feels like there's no hope.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's any hope. Like it almost feels like sometimes our nation wants to be divided.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching social media
or
media at all,
Yeah.
any media in general.
That's how it feels for me. When I'm having individual conversations, I feel so hopeful.
Yeah.
But when I look at the news or social media, I feel like all hope is lost. Like there's no choice. Like we're gone.
For sure. I can't even read some of the threads about school choices, if your kids are doing homeschool or if your kids are staying home. When I talk to actual moms in person, we're all like, we don't know what to do. We're trying to do our best. Still seems like we're trying to do our best, but reading those feeds,
You better not share your opinion because it's going to get somebody upset.
I
right?
don't share my opinion.
Yeah, right. This safe place right here. Absolutely. There's just so much that is happening. And now we got the election coming up.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about politics?
Not me. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Like even our boys.
Yeah.
There was an ad, a political ad that was just the other night, and our boys were like, "Oh man, we're tired of this. We're tired of it."
Yeah.
And then you throw on the riots on top of there, which
Yeah.
some people, I don't have the opinion that the riots and the racial inequality, I feel like those are separate issues.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're bringing, that's just me. I don't feel like they're the same issue. I feel like those are separate issues. People are fighting for so many things that are just dividing our country. And I don't know about you, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel motivated when it comes to seeing something happen, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're not making any difference at all.
Yeah. I don't feel like we're not making any difference. I just feel like it's slow.
Yeah.
It gets really slow. There's still positives out there, and I can hold on to those. And I'm a pretty positive person in general.
That's true.
But it's just slow. Like they just aren't, like the winds don't come as often. They don't come as fast. You have to hold on to them a little bit harder and a little bit longer.
And when you're holding on that hard, that's when you do get tired.
Yep.
And that's when you feel like, well, giving up.
Yeah.
Just feel like giving up. And I feel like that's where so many people are.
Yeah. Why even try?
Everybody is in this fatigue right now. We're in crisis fatigue. We're in issues fatigue. We're in political fatigue. We don't feel like we can share our opinion. So we are in a safety fatigue.
Yeah.
Our
safe places have been stripped away.
We're just in a place of
Yeah.
fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's exactly where people need to have some encouragement. People need to realize that you're not the only one who's tired right now. You're not the only one who is fatigued right now. This is something that almost every single person is facing. I know that we're facing it in our house, and that's what we want to talk about. We want to give you some encouragement. How do you respond?
Yeah. Well, surprise, we are not the first generation ever to have something giant happen that has fatigued us. But it's just, I think, the first time in my lifetime that something this giant has happened. So, but it has happened before. It's happened in the not so distant past.
Yeah.
And it's also happened in biblical times. So we can learn from what people did during those times to get us through. And then know that there is what we had before on the other side.
That is so good. And so that's what we want to do, is we want to talk about how did other people respond during times of fatigue when they felt like all hope was lost, just absolutely wiped out. How do we respond to being tired, to being wore out, to just wanting to quit? Well, the first thing that I think is so important for us, if we are going to try to keep going, that we want to keep going, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to find restful moments.
Yeah.
We need to find restful moments.
Yeah, for sure. You need to find that time. We need to steal that time almost during this season.
You have to make it.
You have to. And it doesn't look the same as it used to either, at least for me. So one thing that we've been doing with our family is playing a video game together. Okay, I don't know.
Who would have thought?
A video game. Yeah.
It is on our phone.
Yeah.
We're all of our phones are linked up.
But we can play it together. We can connect together.
Yeah.
We can help our kids learn what to do when they get frustrated together.
By watching their dad get frustrated. Come on, right?
But it gives us rest together as a family sometimes. So
it's so good.
Something that we weren't doing before, but gives us rest now.
Being creative, whatever you can do, you got to find restful moments. But more importantly than just trying to manufacture them, which is very true that we do that, we need to find it. Like if we actually seek after it, then we can find it. It's just a verse that has been speaking to me so well. I'm going to read it right here. Matthew 11:28-30. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened. Sound familiar? Let's go. And then God says, and I will give you rest. That's so good. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest
Mm.
in your souls. Not just a physical rest, but
Yeah.
our souls need a rest. Our minds need a rest from all of this fatigue.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not a physical rest that I need. It's definitely a soul rest.
Oh, that's so good. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I just love that. I love it so much. Find rest. You find restful moments. When you find Jesus, you find rest.
Yeah.
He says you will find rest for your souls. When you find Jesus, you find rest.
Yeah.
Come on. We need a t-shirt for that or something. The second thing that we want to do, first one, we need to find restful moments.
Yeah.
The second thing is that we need to find strength in our weak moments.
Okay. A little
Find
bit harder.
strength in our weak moments. Well, hey, guess what? There's another chapter,
Yeah.
verse in the Bible. Let's go. This is so powerful. Isaiah 40, 29 through 30. He gives strength to the weary. Again, weary. Just what Matthew said.
Yeah.
We're weary, fatigued, worn out. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Feeling weak, feeling hopeless, feeling like maybe we're not making as much of a difference at times that we want to.
Yeah.
Why can't somebody just hear what I'm saying? He increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. That's
Yeah.
true for me.
Yes, young man.
Why are you laughing? Come on. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Wow. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I need strength.
Yeah.
God gives strength in our weariness, in our weakness. Find strength in our weakness. When you find Jesus, you find strength.
Yeah.
Come on. When you find Jesus, you find rest. When you find Jesus, you find strength.
Okay.
It's almost like there's something going on right here. There's a little bit of a pattern that's happening,
Okay.
right? Like we understand that in these weary moments, that's when we need God more than anything.
Yeah.
And I
For
think
sure.
that this is so important. The last one.
Okay.
So we need to find rest. We need to find strength. We need to find some holy stubbornness.
I think you got some of that.
Holy stubbornness. Come on.
Yes.
That is so good. I am a firm believer that we need to have some people with holy stubbornness,
Yeah.
not just regular stubbornness,
No. Well, you got some of that too.
not fighting over who's going to. I did the dishes last time. I'm not doing them this time. I don't care if there's 80 billion dishes in there. Come on. Like that didn't help anybody.
No.
No, a holy stubbornness.
Yeah.
What do I mean by holy stubbornness? Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary. We just talked about being weary, tired, fatigued, and all those other ones.
Yeah.
Let us not become weary in doing good. There's a resolve.
Yeah.
Or let me say it this way. There's a stubbornness.
Okay. Holy stubbornness.
Holy stubbornness, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop
Yeah.
making an impact for Jesus in this world.
Yeah.
So holy stubbornness.
It's definitely a challenge for sure because it feels like all of the things are coming at us right
Yeah.
now. So it feels harder and heavier than it has at other times. But I know that other people have done it before and they've gone before and they've found the resolve because I am reaping the benefits of that resolve now.
So good. A powerful verse. It's a powerful verse for us. You know it. Come on, Philippians 3, starting in 13 and 14. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind, straining towards what is ahead. Everybody say it together. I press on. I press on towards that goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus.
Yeah.
I press on. There's resolve.
Yep.
There's commitment. There is a holy stubbornness
Yeah.
that has taken place.
And it has to be that holy because sometimes we just don't have it. And
Yeah.
God has to give us that extra little bit. We have to still put a little bit in, but He can push us the rest of the way.
Because when we find Jesus, we find rest.
Yes.
When we find Jesus, we find strength. When we find Jesus, we find the ability to stay holy stubborn.
Yes, press on.
Come on. We want to be able to press on with you, press on together. Let it be an encouragement for you. You're not the only one feeling tired.
Nope.
But we will press on, and we will press on together. Come on. Even when we're tired, we don't give up. We keep pressing on. Such a good word. Why don't we get one last word of knowledge from Pastor Raphael?
It is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open.
And with that, that is your midweek show, striving to keep you connected in a disconnected world. And peace out.